A squat hold is an isometric hold on our lower body. We really want to get this right, so we really activate and around our quad muscles and our groin area. So from the starting position, feet are outside the hips. From here you're going to sit down, keep your knees pushed out. When we get down to parallel, so our hips are in line with our knees, we pull our elbows just inside the knee and we use our hands to lever them out and really create some tension around our hip and groin area as well as our quads. So from the side, feet outside the hips, we're going to sit down and back, and then we're going to lever the knees out to create that tension along the groin. And that's a squat. Handplank is an isometric core exercise and upper body exercise. So we're going to hold tension on our chest, our arms and our core throughout this movement. So hands, starting position, our hands in under our shoulders so the joints are stacked. So shoulder over elbow over wrist. This allows the weight to distribute down through the heel of the hand perfect. From here, you're going to come up with your hips and feet and hold this position for as long as specified. That's a hand plank. So from the side, hands in under the shoulders, feet back, hips down. If you struggle with the hips in this, sink into the ground, just squeeze your glutes and squeeze your quads, and this will help hold in place on the hand plank when you're struggling. And that's Spiderman to Windmill is a great dynamic warm-up exercise. We use that to get some leg and upper body warm-up done to get the blood flowing in the total body. Starting position, push-up position, foot comes up outside your hand. You're going to sink your hips towards the ground, so sink them down. The same hand as the foot rotates up towards the roof when you follow with your eyes. After that, bring the foot back, alternate onto the opposite side, sink the hips. Same hand again, rotate the spine, and repeat. And that's your lunge and a reach is a great total body dynamic exercise to really get the blood flowing in the body. We use it for warm-ups mostly. So start position, feet together, you're going to step out, bring your knee over your ankle. From here, knee comes down, the same time the hands come up, you reach up, step back. Opposite side, step out, down, reach up. And again, from the side, we're going to step out, back knee down, reach up, and then back. And that's your lunge and reach. Jumping jacks are one of our more common cardiovascular exercises. This is really designed to get the heart rate up and going in a nice simple movement pattern, working both the upper and lower body. Our starting position, feet together, hands down by the side. From here, jump out and hands up and then back in. That's your movement. So you can go in a slow movement just to keep moving, or you can work jumping jacks really fast if you want as well. So that's the jumping jack. 8-count bodybuilders are a full body burpee variation. It can be quite difficult, but do your best to get them done, and there's a couple of regressions you can do to make them a little bit easier. Our starting position is going to be feet outside the hips. We're going to work through 8 counts of movement. So the first count is hands down. This is 1. Feet jump back together is 2. They jump out, which is 3. Back in is 4. Then you're going to do a push-up. Down is 5. Push up is 6. You're going to jump back up, plant your feet is 7, pull the hips through is 8. So there are your 8 counts. I'll do them from the side. So start out, feet outside the hips. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And with the push-up, you can pop to your knees and do the push-up from your knees if you need to during the movement. And if you're at a stage where you can step up and down into the movement, then please do. And that's an 8-count bodybuilder. Squats are one of your lower body compound movements, meaning we're going to engage more than just one muscle when we're doing it. One of the biggest and strongest movements the body can complete, and being able to do a bodyweight squat efficiently is super important. Our starting form should be feet just outside the hips to create some room for our hips to sit down into the squat. I like to keep my toes slightly pointed out, and most people will, to engage that extra mobility at the bottom of the squat. From here, we're going to sit back slightly and we're going to keep our knees tracking over the toe and sit down and then drive back up from the outside of the knee. From the side, feet just outside, toes slightly pointed out, and we're going to track that invisible line with our knee over the toes out at an angle to give our hips space to sit down. So back, out, and drive up. To get a really good squat, we want to get this hip crease here in under the knee, which means we're breaking parallel, and then drive up, and keeping our torso as upright as possible throughout the movement. Any questions on the squat? Push-ups are an upper body compound movement, meaning we're going to incorporate more than one muscle group in the exercise. So we're going to work our chest and our triceps in a push-up mostly, so we engage in all of our upper body push muscles to complete the movement. I'll demonstrate from the side. So starting off on the ground, our full push-up form is where our hands are going to be just under or outside of our shoulders. Keep them underneath the shoulder, feet together. From here, you're going to unlock your elbow, you're going to fold forward and down and push back up. Try not to push back in the movement and make sure you push up, driving from the elbow down to the heel of the hand. So again, forward, down and up. To regress the movement, we start off in this position, pop the knees to the ground, and from here you'll fold forward and down and push up. Again, making sure we drive up and we don't drive back in the movement. That would be poor form. And then to make it another regression on the movement, if you struggle with doing push-ups in either full body or knee position, you can do an eccentric push-up. So from here, unlock the elbows and fold forward, down, 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 as slow as possible. Release the tension and then get back up and repeat that, lowering yourself under tension, and that will work the triceps and the chest in the movement. Mountain climbers are a great dynamic exercise for our core and our hip flexors. So our starting position is going to be down on the ground, hands are in underneath our shoulders so we have a nice solid position to move from. From here, you're going to bring a knee to your same elbow on both sides, so bring it up and back, and that's a slow mountain climber. You can also work nice and fast to get the heart and lungs working. So hands in under the shoulders, knee to same elbow, moving from the hip flexor, or you can go fast on these and really work so you get your heart and lungs incorporated into both the core and hip flexor exercise. Now, W to Y reps are a great activation for upper back and shoulder area. We're going to start with our chest to the ground. We're going to make a W with our elbows, so pull them right back, hands are off the ground. We're going to squeeze our scaps together, push out our hands into what looks like a letter Y, pull back in, release the tension, but don't put the hands to the ground. Pull back up, out, in. Squat jumps are a lower body plyometric exercise, so they're explosive in their nature. This is really going to get the heart and lungs working, and you really feel it in your legs. Starting position, our feet are outside your hips. From here, you're going to take a small bend and you're going to jump, and then sit right down and jump again. You want to land on the heel with a soft knee so your hips are able to go straight down rather than landing with a stiff leg and getting impact on the knees. So from the side, feet are outside the hips. We're going to take a little bend, jump, back down, jump, back down. So you want to work through those as nice and quick as possible, keeping your feet in the same position. Focus on landing on the heel with a soft knee, allowing you to sit straight down and explode back up. And that's a squat jump. Oblique climbers are a dynamic core exercise. We're going to really work the obliques across our core area throughout the movement. So we're going to start off in our hand plank position, so hands are right under the shoulders. From here, like a mountain climber, except you want to bring your knee across to your opposite elbow to really pull across on the core. So you can work these slow or fast, depending on the exercise type. If you want more of a resistance and to really feel it, you go slow, keep a nice slow tempo. If you want to get the heart and lungs working, really feel that burn, you can go nice and fast on oblique climbers. So from the side, push up position, knee across towards your opposite elbow. There's no right or wrong, get as close as you can, and then you can work really fast depending on the exercise goal. And that's an oblique climb. McGill sit-ups are a lovely core exercise. We're going to work a bit of the sternum area and our lower core. So we're starting on the ground, lying on our back. From here, we're going to raise our legs up, keep your toes pulled back and keep your knees out from the hip. Hands come up towards the roof, and from here, you're going to sit up and bring your hands directly up to the roof. So it's up and down. You get a lovely work across the top of the core, and because your legs are up in the air, you're holding some tension on your lower core as well. So it's a great full core exercise for the front of the core, and that's a McGill sit-up. Plank is a great variation on the plank to enable us to work our side core a little more. So we're going to start off down on our sides, pop your elbow right under your shoulder, keep your hand out in front. Foot comes back in line with the body, other foot comes up on top. Our hips will naturally sink down, so we want to pull them right up and pull ourselves back. And we're going to hold this position for as long as the time specified. To change over then, you swap over onto the other arm. And that's your side plank. Stiff arm burpees are a burpee variation designed to be nice and explosive and quick to move through. Our start position is wide feet, so feet are outside the hips. Our hands come to the ground, feet jump back together, and back up out to wide position and stand. No jump in this. So hands down, feet back, and up. from the side, feet are out wide, hands down, jump and stand. And that's a stiff arm burpee.